1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Know Thy Shelves. I'm Michelle.
I'm Rachel.
Sorry, we didn't mean to ghost you. We're back. So, life happens. We had a death in my family, so took a little break. But we're back strong, kind of finishing March's books as much as possible.
We're gonna finish March's books.
Yes.
We're just combining stuff.
Yes.
We gotta move stuff around.
Yes. So we'll definitely get through the 4 books that we have committed to, and then of course we'll do April Spin the Wheel at the end of this episode. So we'll have April's books, and we'll combine to, I think, one, maybe 2.
One episode.
So we're back on track because April has a bonus month. Bonus episode week. So we're gonna take a break. Yeah,
April's the bonus month.
It is the bonus month, okay? It sounded good. So yes, we'll get on that. And then, so, since I have a chunker of a list to go through, what have you read recently?
Okay. So, I have only finished 3 things.
Okay. Not only, that's an accomplishment.
Listen. So, I am in the middle of a 1,000-page book.
Yes, that's usual.
And Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
So,
why did you do that to yourself?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was like, I have extra time. Let's just commit to something that's huge.
Yeah, how's that working out for you? Slow going, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I read one nonfiction book, which
Okay.
is called Boy Erased, and it's about this boy. He's a high schooler at the time, who goes to conversion therapy, and he talks about all of that.
Okay. I know you don't like writing nonfiction, so
Yes.
yeah, we're skipping that piece.
And then the next 2 are both biker books.
Fair enough.
So the first one was called Birdie's Biker, and I gave it 3 stars.
Okay.
And it's an MC romance. It is what you...
Yeah, it is what
You
it
get
is.
what you get.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
And that one's the first in the series. And then the next one after that I read was Reckless Road.
Yeah.
Which is Torpedo Inc.
Oh, God.
And
Yeah.
it's the 4th or 5th?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Listen.
I have all of them. I think I only have 1 through 4, actually.
That's for the best. Because they continuously get worse.
Yes, I know.
So this is like a 1. I think I gave it a 1.5. Because it's just like...
Yeah, no, the first book in her series are usually the best.
The first one's good.
Yeah.
The second one, okay.
Yeah.
The third one's pretty good. The 4th one has animal play, like pet play in it.
Ooh,
and I'm
okay.
like, no.
Not for me.
And then this one was just like, I don't know. It was just not it.
So for her, that author, she writes a ton that all interconnect, and it gets really difficult to follow sometimes. Like, I kind of like when it ties in, but also, like, 20 plus books, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't commit to something.
So, needless to say, I think I'm done with Torpedo Inc.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I really liked the first one when it first came out, so I have those in the little, small.
The mass-produced paperback, yeah.
Yeah, it drives me nuts, but it's okay. So I went a little hard, so I didn't read for like a week and a half. So when I started back up, after we did the podcast book we're going to talk about today, I continued to read 12 more books. So I can go through them if you really want.
Give us the highlights.
Okay, so mostly Omegaverse. I was trying to get myself out of the hole.
Fair.
One reading hole that I just didn't read anything in a hot minute, and then I was just trying to feel happy. So I just read mostly just a ton of Omegaverse feel good books, mostly Omegaverse, because that's just how I deal.
Which is completely fair.
Yeah. So that was just a lot of it was a lot of just smut. There wasn't any good ones.
It's like, I just need something to turn my brain off.
Yes.
You can't do anything too complicated at this point.
Yes. So, yep, that was my life. So, we're just gonna leave that there. are you ready to get into the podcast book?
I guess. It's been a minute since we both finished this.
Yes. 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So, forgive us.
So, the one that we read is The Dead Take the A Train by Cassandra Khaw and Richard Kadrey.
Kadrey, yep. Yes. So, this is the first book in the Karen series. Karen City series. Apparently there are a couple more. So we're going to try kind of a different format. We're just going to do kind of like a really short introductory to the book. And then kind of talk about more of the book elements that we really liked. See if that...
Or didn't like.
Yeah.
Depending on...
Yes. Vice versa. Just do the discussion. So, do you want me to try my hand at a really short summary and see if you agree with me? Or do you want to do it?
You go ahead.
Okay.
Go for it.
So a down on her luck exorcist, who doesn't really get a lot of jobs because of her shitty ex-boyfriend, is trying to make do. She likes anything addictive. So drugs, alcohol, paraphernalia, anything. And then her friend comes in town. In the guise of, come to visit you. Not really, can you help me though?
I'm in an abusive relationship.
Yes. So she's like, I know you do weird shit, so can you do something about him? And of course, Jules, who's the main character, is like, duh, done. I'm not gonna kill him per se, but we can do some things.
Or so she thinks.
Yes, so she thinks. So just kind of mysterious behind the ex-husband, or technically not ex-husband, because I think
Current
they're still
husband, but they're separated.
Yes. So you got that, and then of course her shitty ex-boyfriend Tyler, who works at a law firm. He does something for the law firm. Head of client
Excisions.
He's the head of get shit done and don't know where all the bodies are buried, I guess, basically. So, let's see here. There's that. And then, so it's Dan, who's the ex-boyfriend. The husband of her friend Sarah came into town and shot Jules. And so some archangel, but not really archangel, that Jules kind of summoned up from a book that's a fake book. All to her ex-boyfriend, who's a piece of crap, if you can't tell. So she summons an archangel that's not really an archangel, that kills Dan, takes over his body, wreaks havoc, and Tyler dealing with the law firm and the whole mother of eggs.
Eggs. A lot of eggs.
Yeah, there was a lot of eggs in this.
Perfect for Easter season.
Yeah, pretty much. It takes place in New York, and that's here. I'm missing the end part here. So Dan, the archangel, kind of. Dan's dead. I mean, he's in there, but he's no longer human. How about that? And so Jules goes to go kill him, although Sarah's trying to exchange her soul, because apparently whoever summoned him has to die to make him go away, and that was Jules. And so Sarah is like, no, trade my soul for hers. And no, so Jules just killed herself, and that's in the book. Let me backtrack. Sarah tries to use the monkey's paw, which, we all know the monkey's paw.
Yes.
It will grant you a wish, just in a very twisted form. Okay, so Sarah tries to use the monkey paw to make Jules alive, which happens, but not sure, unclear how, why, and what the repercussions are.
Yeah, I think that's going to be book 2.
That's going to be book 2. And, yeah. Okay. Did I miss anything important?
I don't think so. There's more with the law firm, but we can get into minutia. Well, we discuss. Okay. So, how do you feel about the characters in this book? Because we have multiple POVs.
Yes. Yes, we do. I actually wrote them down. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 different POVs that I caught while reading, and some are just kind of third-party POVs that don't really have, or what I felt like didn't have like a speaker. But that's a shit ton of people.
Yes.
And out of the list of people that are in there, only 4 of them are important characters.
So you got like Julie.
Yep. Tyler. Dan.
I don't know if Dan is the most important. Like, I get why he's in there, but he's not the most important.
No, he's not. But you got Sarah.
Who is important.
I felt like Billy was important. Even though he has a throwaway character, he had a lot of cool background information. He was the guy that owned the bookstore.
Okay.
I
was like, which one this was?
Yeah, no, Billy was later in the novel. Especially when his associate sold a fake book. And the whole point of his bookstore, Billy's bookstore, is he can't leave until he sells all the books in his possession.
Yeah.
And so, having the reputation of, you're selling fake books is not really great. So he is like, no. Eric, I think his name was Eric, you're out in the trash. Because obviously the whole point is to sell all the books,
And then you had the 2, like, demon girls that killed Eric.
Yeah.
That were, like, bodyguards.
Yeah.
To the bookstore club.
Yeah. Whoever they were. And then you have, like, throwaway characters where I felt like Dan only had 1 chapter while he was human. The rest were him with Azrael in his body.
Is it Azrael?
As how you say it?
We're just gonna go with Azrael. That's not Azrael.
That's not Azrael, but the Archangel of Justice, apparently.
Who's not an angel.
It is not. He's some kind of parasitic entity. That's all I got.
This book gave me Constantine vibes. Especially at the beginning when she's, like, taking, like, the demon out of the bride-to-be.
Yeah. I had a hard time. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah. Well, I had to read... Well, I listened to it. So I listened to that one twice. So I was like, okay. One time where I was kind of paying attention, but, like, not fully 100% locked in. And then I had to do it again. And I was like, okay, what exactly is going on?
I had to reread the first chapter, too. I was like... Ooh. What threw me for a loop was I didn't understand how, like, the handbag. And I'm like... What came out of her handbag? What? So I had to reread for that. And I was like, I missed something huge, and I'm really not sure what.
Yeah.
So I just felt like, I think some of the characters, like, I really wanted to know, or, like, POV-wise, like, her friend, St. Joan, would have been a really cool one.
Yeah.
Or Dead Air would have been really cool to, like, have their point of views. But so I felt like some of the characters that we got POVs... Like, why? Like, I understand the Lansdowne one, because no one was there besides the main character came into the house.
Yeah.
His apartment. But so I understand kind of that, and I understand the Albert and Clarice one. Clarice is someone that works at the law firm, and so was Lansdowne. But, like, Sebastian, who worked at the hotel that Dan was staying at...
I think it was to get a different point of view of, like, what was going on.
Because, like, Jules, the main point of view was really kind of unreliable, especially with all of her drug use.
Well, with Sebastian, when Dan's going through this transformation, he doesn't know what's going on. So if you have a chapter where it's Dan's POV and he's
killing, like... Where it's not him,
but it's...
that's when it gets kind of confusing. Like, we did get a point where we saw the real Dan in the park with Jules, and it was just like his, like, consciousness was like, kill me, me. It's like, oh my god, like to be in that much pain and suffering, to be like, just kill me. I just want to be ended. Like, that would be horrible. Because there was a scene, so the book does a really good job of being really descriptive.
Yes, it was very descriptive.
And gunk and gross.
It just makes you feel gooey.
Yes! Yes, that's kind of how I felt. It was a little...
Especially with, like, the egg scene, or when they're calling, the demon thing in the law firm.
The proctor?
Yes.
Most of the entities, I didn't know why. What? Like, huh? And then there's the eggs, and then there's, like, the brain thing, and I'm like... Because Tyler teamed up with Khaw, who was like security at IS security at the law firm. They team up because they were trying to do like a coup.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I saved you from that parasite in your brain. And I'm like, what parasite was in his brain? I was like, did we miss something? I know, that's what I was like, oh yeah, that was put in when I first started. I was like, okay. I have more questions than answers. That's the only bad thing about it.
Well, I think the only answers you're gonna get is if you continue to read.
I know. I don't know if I liked it enough to do it. Let's see here, what else? I really didn't like... I felt like you could tell it was written by two different people. I felt like a lot of some points were really just disconnected. I didn't see the connection. If that makes sense.
I'm wondering with this one if it was like she did some characters and then he did some characters and they just kind of combined them. Okay. Like she did Julie and then he maybe did Tyler or whatever.
Okay, I could kind of see that.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. I just felt like some things didn't flow, I guess. Like I could definitely tell when I was reading it that it had a different writing style in some parts. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just when there's a noticeable difference, like you pick up on it.
Yeah. Like
subconsciously. It's not that it was bad or horrible, it's just you could tell it's written by two people.
Which isn't necessarily bad.
No, it's not. My brain was like, no.
Like, am I reading two different books?
Yes, like sometimes just based on the different, like the multiple POVs and everything, it just felt like disconnected.
I do think there was too many POVs. Yeah. Like, I wish it was just like Julie and Tyler and then we got stuff from their perspective.
Yeah.
Like, the Dan stuff was nice because you got to see, like, what he was doing kind of in the background where they were searching for him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was necessarily needed because we could, like, Julie could have stumbled upon the hotel or Tyler could have stumbled upon the hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like the thing that started it, which was Tyler's interference, and then Tyler was dealing with stuff at the law firm that didn't even matter to what he was doing, but then they tied in together. It was just like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, it was just like that. Okay, so they're together, not really together. But obviously, Tyler is another strong character in the book. Mm-hmm. And him just be like, fuck Jules, I'm gonna give her this fake book. And then something travesty comes out of it, like an archangel. It's not really an archangel. And then he messed with Tyler's plans. And then Tyler didn't really even know about it.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt like I was missing that. Like, yeah, you had the interaction between Jules, Brad, is her intern, because Tyler put him on the fake job. Well, the job was whatever they had to kill, they had to absorb in themselves to be able to kill it. And he said that was like a big fuck you to Jules. Mm-hmm. And then she bypassed it altogether. And it was just like, well, what was the point in this?
Yeah.
Like, it just didn't...
I wish that Julie and Tyler had a bigger connection in the book. Like, they interacted more. Because it was definitely disjointed when it came to those two characters. Like, you get at the beginning where they don't really like each other.
Yeah.
Or they're their exes. And then...
But I just don't understand why he hated her so much. To be like, oh, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
that's where I just didn't get that hate. And I'm like, okay, well, we know we're supposed to hate this character, but why does he hate Jules so much?
Yeah.
Like... And he kind of did talk about it a little bit in the novel, or at least Tyler did, about Jules'
I think he just, like,
I don't know.
he's just, like, wanted to get higher up in the chain of stuff. Like,
yeah, it seems to be a common theme no matter what. Like, he portrays anyone to get kind of
Yeah.
it. Especially, you know, in the end of the novel with where Fall gets her fall. Pretty much. Which also didn't make sense to me, but it's fine. So somehow, okay, we're talking about it because I don't get it. So Tyler, and her name's like Annabelle Falls, but we don't call her Annabelle because she doesn't like it. So she goes by Falls. They are in cahoots, right? And some shit happens with Clarice, who is also a person that works at Thorn and Dark, who's upper management.
mm-hmm.
And so they get her to commit suicide because her husband died tragically from the Archangel. So she kind of went into depressive mode, and Tyler is really good at manipulating, and it's mostly due to his magic. He's really good at shuffling in words to make it seem like it's your idea in the first place.
Yeah.
Which is probably why he's the head of whatever
He's the head of.
Problems disappear. So, where was I going with this? Oh, Fall. So, basically, they had sex, which she was like, oh my god, you're so old. There's not that age difference, but it's okay. So he killed her by putting the thing that she extracted out of his head into her head. That's what killed the Proctor. I need explaining. How does... What? I thought by taking the thing out of your brain, it dies. But Tyler kept the thing that was in his head to control him. And then somehow put it in Fall without her knowing. And I assume it's after the sex piece.
Yeah.
And then that's what kills the Proctor. I felt like that was too neatly wrapped.
Yeah. I think she had control of the Proctor, and that's what was... Or the Proctor was controlling... I don't know.
I know, but he said, at least, because of course we have to go on Tyler's POV, his knowledge base, was the thing that he put in her head is what killed the Proctor. That's why the Proctor's dead. And I'm like, but isn't that the thing the Proctor put in there? So I'm like, I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, the Proctor ate Fall. And whatever Fall had in her brain is what killed the Proctor. And I'm like... So it killed this entity that's been alive for millions of years by its own control thingy? I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah.
Like an imagined facehugger.
I'm imagining those things that went into Neo's ear in the Matrix.
Oh,
you remember that?
Yes. Yes. Kind of like those, yes. That's probably a better description than facehugger. But, yeah, I didn't understand that piece, because it's like, the law firm was there to protect that.
Mm-hmm.
That thing that's been alive for years. And apparently they wiped the entire building of people so it could feed. And it's just like, wow.
Yeah, that doesn't really make... Because if everybody besides, like, the CEOs...
Yeah, like the upper management, which...
have something in them, then the Proctor can't eat.
Precisely.
Or the Proctor's children can't eat.
Precisely. But they put him in everyone to control them. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, so do they only do it for the upper management or the people they don't trust? Because I don't know. Because they, like, literally kill someone and then not really? Like, in the beginning, with, like, the first board meeting, where the Proctor threw gunk at him, and he's, like, can't breathe, and they're like, we'll just come back for you later. And then he's, like, shown later, and I'm like, oh, you didn't die. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I marked you off for dead, dude.
Yeah, you were a lost cause.
I know, and then he came back, I was like, okay, so not really dead. Dead-ish. Dead mentally, there we go. What else did you like?
I did kind of like the little entity aspect of it. So, like, you have all these creatures that are in the background, and everybody else is living their normal lives.
Yes.
But Julie knows.
Yes. I did kind of enjoy that. It's like, so I felt like the book was going to take a little bit more place in a train. Based on the book title. But it makes sense now, retrospectively, because in New York, you know, everyone jokes about the train. You can just, like, have anything and no one's gonna, like, oh, second glance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It is very true in the novel, because she goes on there, like, bloodied up and gross, and it's like, yeah, it's just the days in New York. It's like, yeah, you know, you ain't wrong. But I kind of like that. It was kind of like a jab at, you know, because it's an expectation now.
Yeah.
Worldwide. In New York, you just don't care.
I do want to know what these entities are. Or, like, are they demons? Are they aliens? Are they actual angels?
Mm-hmm.
Because biblical angels and the angels that are depicted in, like, art
Yes.
are very different.
Yes, they're very, very different. I would like to have an answer for you, but I do not. Yeah.
Because they kind of felt like alienish, where they came from a different world, but they also kind of felt like they were demons coming from another dimension.
That's kind of how I took it a little bit more, just because of, in the park, she kind of goes into, like, the alter dimension, or a different pocket dimension, where she meets the two sisters. And they kind of were like, kind of help her, but not really.
Yeah.
And so I kind of felt like it was more of demons than aliens. Just because of how the one, like the archangel, she had to summon him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I took it. As they're more like demons.
But it would make more sense if they were demons, because it's a horror novel.
Yes.
But it does kind of have, like, sci-fi-ish elements to it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is kind of like Underground Men in Black.
Yes! That's kind of how I took it. I just wish they had names for stuff, like the Proctor and the Billy person. There's something, the
Espionage.
Yeah, those. Like, I just felt like the names were so generic, it was really hard to tell if they were alien or if they were supposed to be just magical beings that, kind of like fairies and stuff like that. So it was really hard to kind of distinguish between the two. But, I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter. It's all gross.
No. I just wanted a little bit more, like, backstory with my fantasy, like, brain. It's like, okay, where did these people come from?
No, I totally get it. There was kind of something that I found really interesting with... So, obviously, she's like an exorcist, Jules is. Mm-hmm. Or...
She hunts demon, angel, aliens.
She's Constantine. That's what we're going with. So she's not really... Because I kind of pick up on it a little bit, where Sarah is just plain human. Just human. And Jules, St. Jones, and Dead Air are more.
Yeah.
Like, they're not human, because they didn't say human.
Well, I think Dead Air might be human, but he talks to other things.
Yeah, and I think Jules is, but St. Joan is definitely not human.
Yeah. St. Joan definitely has a different backstory, like Billy.
Yes, 100%. She was, like, a movie star in the 20s or something.
Yeah, silent film era. So.
Yes, so she still looks really good for her age. So that's, there's some things there. But Jules isn't really good at magical, kind of like Tyler is, where he can kind of weave in some manipulation into his words. Jules has to actually, like, get things self-harm. She has to get, like, she does, like, this thing with razor blades or barbed wire where she gets it, like, tattooed into her skin. And it looks like jagged scars, basically. And she just, like, pulls it out and uses it. And I'm like, woo! There's something here. Because that's not the first time she does this, what I would call self-destructing stuff.
Yeah, it's self-destruction for a purpose, I guess.
Yes.
So, like, she can't use her magic
Without sacrifice?
something being, yeah.
Is that
Blood
the better?
is, like,
Yeah.
to do magic, you have to use blood.
Yes.
What's a big theme in this.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
the more blood you use...
Yes. Which is why she does all, like, the stuff tattoo. I'm not gonna say tattoo. More in...
It's kind of tattooed.
Yeah, it's more just buried, basically. I don't know. I thought it was kind of neat, but also kind of weird. Especially when she's like, I'm pulling this barbed wire. I'm like, where'd you pull barbed wire from? Like,
Where did you get this?
yeah, I was like, scars, what scar? and, obviously until I figured that piece out, I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of like that aspect of it. I also kind of liked... Sorry, do you have anything?
No, you're good.
I liked the law firm in this book because I felt like it's corporate America. It's like,
Yeah.
the lower ones will just throw you to the wolves, you'll be eaten, it's fine. Upper management just enjoying their cocktails.
Just doing whatever they decide to do.
Yes. That's kind of how I felt, and that's kind of like, hello, Coop.
Get back.
He was like trying to get in between. I just felt like it would, or corporate America in general, like I felt like that could be a really good small like jab at it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was pretty on point.
So, for the corporate aspect of it, I kind of did like that we had little like chapters where you got to be in somebody else's head.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish it was like, if that was a whole short story collection, that would be cool. But like in the bigger span of the novel, I'm like, this kind of takes me out of where we're going.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt. That's kind of where I pulled into, like, it seems like it's written by two different people.
Mm-hmm.
Which could be like what you mentioned earlier, where it could just be like the idea of that character. But that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, sometimes I felt like it was just not laid out very well, even though I think it was a pretty good novel overall.
I was like, who is this person that I'm following? And why are they, like, throwing themselves out of a window?
Yes. Yeah, that confused me. And I was like, who is this? And then I was like, okay. And that's when I had to, like, look back out, and I'm like, Still, okay. I think he works at the firm. Like, I had to piece it together.
Yeah.
Because, I felt like it wasn't very... Like, I don't even know why Asriel went after them.
I think he was trying to get to the proctor, so he's picking off people.
Oh, okay, yes.
Like, the higher-ups, so that he could get in.
Yes. But he needed the proctor to make the mother, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
His thing was mother had to be born or something. Mother through the door or something.
The mother had to feed with all of his eggs. But also, Clarice could bring back her husband, and she's done it multiple times too. Like, and then he's like obliterated, and she's like, I can't
find him. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I kind of felt bad for Clarice in that moment. I felt bad for Albert. Poor Albert didn't fucking do nothing. That's his...
He was just at home at the time.
Yeah, he was...
Because he was going to talk to Clarice about what she did for a job.
Because he was going to find out this time. Yeah, you found out alright.
Found out real fast.
Kind of died, but I'm sorry. What else? What else was there? Oh, I kind of did like... So, Greg was a throwaway character. He helped Brad and Jules get into the floor to kill whatever Tyler was trying to get them to kill. So Brad was Jules' intern, right?
Because she gets sent interns from somebody.
Oh, yes.
We don't know.
Who knows? We don't know. I did kind of like, at the end of the novel, Tyler still, he's like head of the law firm now, since everyone else is fucking dead.
Yeah.
He also has he has that entity or something in his head now. He decided to call upon an entity. parasite, a different parasite, crawled its way into his head and will take payment whenever he's happy. Saving that for later.
We don't know.
3, I don't know. So Jules gives Greg, the poor guy that she punched, is just a security guard, and she gives him an ATM card. So this is like Jules' kind of like own moralness, I bet.
Yeah, because she didn't want to punch Greg, but she had to make it believable.
Yes. So she gives him this ATM card that can only take out $1,000 a day, which $1,000 a day. And it's also tied to one of Tyler's offshore accounts that he'll just never notice until it's
gone, completely gone.
He'll be like, "Where did all this money go?" But yeah, she gave that to Greg because fuck Tyler, and Greg, sorry.
Yeah,
here's some money. So I kind of like that, her own like moral twist on like, I still got to do a good deed, and her saying no to the mother of the bride. She called her and was like, "I got a job for you. Whatever you want to make, I'll look." And she's like, "No, forget you."
She said, "Last time you lied to me, pretty much."
Yeah. And, no. You fucked your daughter up. No. So
yeah.
I kind of like that, where it's not all just...
Yeah. With it.
Cooper's not happy.
Go on, get.
Let's see here. What else? Did you have anything else? I'm trying to think.
So, let's circle back to Billy and the bookshop for a second.
Okay, sure.
Because that in and of itself isn't, like, she goes to this magical bookshop that somebody knows about, and then there's a club behind it for whatever reason.
Yes. Okay.
And, like, how are these both together?
Well, you
and
always
I
need like a hangout place for the supernatural peeps.
Yeah, you do. But I want to know more about Billy.
Yes. Yeah. I think we kind of got a snippet. That's why I was really interested in his point of views later in the book. Because it does go into why he's there, basically. Mm-hmm. And the person that, Espionage, is like, "Hey, I'll heal you," after he got fucked up by Tyler. And it's like, okay, well, he's not a bad person, but he's morally gray, I think.
Yeah. I think him and St. Joan have some kind of connection. Because St. Joan's from a movie star in the 20s.
Yeah.
But she's still, like, around.
Yeah.
Getting all these stories.
Yeah. It would be I feel like that would be a really good side story.
Or those two?
No, well, St. Joan, yes. I think it'd be really cool to have like a side story for her. But I think you could also make a novel out of Billy's. Or the people that come into the store. Mm-hmm. That would be kind of cool. Yeah. But I think Billy was in it a lot more. Just hypothesis. He's in the next one more. Because I felt like we got a shit ton of Billy there towards the end. I just didn't understand why.
Yeah, because we didn't get any of it in the beginning. And then he's like, "Oh, we're here because my employee gave you fake book and we've got to get that book destroyed and not have my reputation ruined."
Yes, because I think his assistant or the guy that was working at the bookshop was going to just burn the original.
Which wouldn't have helped Billy out.
No.
He would have had one
Billy
book
was
missing.
Pissed. Yes. I think they did find the original, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Tyler just stole a different expensive book. That was the espionage.
I think Tyler stole the original book and then he made a different book to give to her, but brought it back to Eric to destroy it.
Yeah, but I don't think Eric did. Unclear.
I don't believe so.
Unclear. Okay, do we want to talk about anything else before we get into the ratings?
I don't think so. I think we covered it pretty well.
Yes.
For a book we read 3 weeks ago, we forgot some things.
We did, but I feel like we did pretty dang good. So, there's that. Okay. So what is your overall rating for the book?
I gotta look it up. It's been 3 weeks. What did I give it? I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
That's what I decided upon. Because I had fun with it ultimately. But there was some things that are like, this is kind of a little confusing.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's like 3.5.
Yeah, I did a 2.5. Just because I just felt like somewhere in the middle, I felt like I lost something.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like it was a really good start, and then we started introducing all these different characters, and I think it took me away from it, but it was a good book. I enjoyed it, so.
I don't know if I'll read on, is my thing. I think I'm just going to leave it as a standalone.
Yeah, I think, I might give it the second one a shot one of these days, but not right now.
Yeah.
Not right now. So this was our horror pick, correct?
So I don't think it was really scary. It was very gross.
Yeah, it was more graphic than
It was like
scary.
Viscous. Like you felt dirty.
Yes. So if you want that, you know.
So I'm gonna say like a 2. Because the entities in and of themselves, the descriptions are like, oh, well that's
Yeah, that's just kind of gross.
Yeah. But a lot of it was just like goopy.
Yeah.
Is the best way to describe it.
No, I totally get it. I was gonna give it around a 3 just because of all the blood. Just all the time she has to hurt herself. And then when she had to eat the molar. No, thank you. That's how you get her psychic visions? You eat some? No. Don't put that in your mouth. Oh, you already did. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have to be told not to put things in your mouth.
But she was putting a whole lot of different things in her mouth.
Wow.
That was
true.
Substance-wise, not sexual-wise.
Yes, Sarah and Jules do end up getting together. They both like each other. So there's that. We didn't even mention that. Yep. I guess I just felt like it was coming as soon as, like, Jules is like, oh my god, Sarah, you're here. I love you. Oh, wait, hey.
Yeah.
That was her entire, like, POV. It was like, oh god, I love Sarah. Oh my god, I'm so glad she's here. And I'm like, okay, they're gonna get together.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even care about the guy. He's just past history.
Well, Tyler didn't even, like...
I was talking about Dan.
Dan. Well, Dan was an asshole, so here we are.
They're both assholes, so they, you know...
Well, Dan was abusive.
Dan was abusive. Tyler was just corporate hungry.
Yeah.
I guess that's about as close as I can...
Get out from under the table.
Let's look at my shoe. I don't know. Okay. So, that's the Dead Take the A Train. Okay. So, next we're going to combine Sabriel. Act like Sabriel's right here.
By Garth Nix.
Yes, by Garth Nix. And then we're also doing Hollow by Carolina Peckham and Susan
Valenti.
And then, so this is going to be
after.
Yes.
Is going to be Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yes.
And by you want
Matt
to
Damian?
Sure. That's his last name.
That's what I'm going with. Sorry about the shit. Okay. So, do you have the wheel for April's? Which we're going to combine, like we said, probably at least 2 of them. Or one of them. Two. Yeah.
Yes. I'll get that pulled up.
We're doing the Wheel of Faith. Hopefully it won't kill us this time.
If it's big books, we're spinning again.
Yes. Sorry.
Like, that can be a different time, but we're not doing that.
Okay, so spin.
Spinny, spin. Ugly cover.
Ugly covers. All right. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay, ugly cover. So we can do that.
We can definitely do that. Okay, so that's finish out April at least. So sorry about the weird double tapping. And hopefully you guys liked the new format. Let us know. We can switch back to the other one. We're just testing it out a little bit. Have a little bit more book discussion.
Yeah. I think we'll have a little bit of back and forth with both formats, just depending on the book.
That is true.
Because romance books are less plot heavy
Yeah.
and some are fantasy.
Yeah, but not less enjoyable, you know what I mean? Okay, so we'll pick out our books and let you guys know so you can at least keep up with us. If you're interested in any of the books we're going to read for the rest of the month, read them now, guys. Come on.
Yep.
All right, until then,
Bye.